Well, friends, so we are taking up today overseas travel insurance. Say, this policy we were having earlier also, but with certain modifications, we have reintroduced this policy, and now this is an improvised version of this policy. So first of all, you must have seen at the airports also the PSUs or other private companies have their counters to provide the overseas travel insurance. Because the people going abroad, they must have this policy. The reason being, in other countries when they are reaching, and if they are undergoing any medical problem, they find it very difficult to go for treatment in foreign countries. Reason being, there the medical cost is very high. In certain countries, even the medical facilities are not there. In some places, the chemist will not provide you even the general medicines which you can have in India without any prescription. Like for cough, cold, headache, stomach problem. Without prescription, you can get the medicine from any chemist. But this is not so in abroad. And there, the most difficult thing is, the doctors do not prescribe the medicines unless they are conducting all necessary tests also. So it becomes very costly for a person. For such a situation, this overseas medical policy is a great support to the person who is visiting or who is going to any country other than India. So let us see what these contents, provisions, features and benefits this policy is providing. I am sharing with you. I think this is visible to all of you. Is this? Anybody can see? Okay. So overseas travel insurance is the name of this revised policy. And this is having 3 different plans also. But before that, it is necessary to understand some disturbance is there. Mr. Rajiv Nangalia, you have to mute yourself. And okay, now it has stopped. So, first of all, what this plan is having, what are the benefits, what are the premium rates, claim process, and how this policy works. Let's say, in fact, anybody who is going abroad, maybe for any purpose, this is required, because otherwise the problems may have to be faced by him or her. There could be possibility of occurrence of some unexpected events, and these unexpected events can result into the personal accident, medical emergency, death, loss of belongings, flight cancellations, delay, and any other unfortunate events. And these are very difficult when you are away from your house, when you are away from your country. In other country, if any of this kind of incident is happening with you, it is difficult to handle, not only financially, but physically also, mentally also. This trouble needs some kind of financial support, and that comes in the shape of overseas travel insurance. So this overseas travel insurance covers travelers, first of all, for those unexpected medical expenses, when they are overseas or while traveling. Because this is the core function, the core benefit. Medical expenses. Other than medical expenses, there may be checked baggage loss, financial emergency, third party liability, personal accident. Any of these kinds of incident can happen. And these are very crucial. Say suppose any third party liability is coming because of your any action in the abroad. There the law is different, there the rules are different, regulations are different, penalty provisions are different, financial penalty can be imposed, you can be behind the bars. So the situation becomes very crucial to handle. But all these benefits are covered under our plan. So the person gets great relief. The eligibility of this plan is any Indian resident can take this policy, first of all. Indian resident. And if he is going abroad for business purpose, official purpose, holiday purpose, leisure purpose, studies purpose, maybe for excursion trip he is going, he can take this policy. So for any Indian residents, this is available anytime, because this is a retail travel policy which provides worldwide coverage for Indian residents. But in case of others, if a person accompanying a spouse and children of the persons are covered, will be treated as going under holiday travel for Indian residents. But for foreign nationals, we can give this policy to only those foreign nationals who are working in India with Indian employer of multinational companies, getting salary in Indian national rupees. Only that person can be insured under this policy. In addition, if any foreign national who is domiciled in India, who is settled in India, could be covered subject to verification of ITR, because he must be filing the ITR in India only then. So for all Indian residents, this policy is available, but in case of foreign nationals, only those either who are domiciled in India or who are employed and getting their salary in Indian nationalized rupees, working in India, they can also take this policy. This is the eligibility. They are the eligible people who can take this policy. Now with this policy, we provide 3 plans. These 3 plans are Shri Travel, Shri Travel Plus, and Shri Travel Elite. All these 3 plans are different. First one is the lowest, so the premium is also lower. Shri Travel Plus has some additional coverage, so the premium is also higher. And Shri Travel Elite provides the highest coverage, so obviously the premium would be highest for that. Any of these plans can be selected by any person who is going abroad. These are all individual travel plans. All 3 plans are available for all the persons. Now what our policy is providing, what are the coverages, what are the benefits, how these benefits will apply, this is important to understand. So let us see. Our policy provides 16 benefits in all these 3 plans. Benefits are common, but the financial limits are different. So let us see the first one, that is medical cover. This is the core benefit of this plan. This includes medical evacuation also. So in case of any medical emergency in abroad, treatment is required. So as per the sum insured limit, the insurance company will pay the compensation, that is medical coverage. This is covered in all these 3 plans But limits are different. We will show you the limits. What are the limits in the different plans? But this is the core benefit. This is included in all these three plans. Second one is daily allowance in case of hospitalization. That means if a person has fallen sick or suffered any injury or illness or accident and hospitalized, in that case, that customer will be paid a daily compensation in case of hospitalization if the period of hospitalization is more than 2 consecutive days. If he was hospitalized for 2 days only, then nothing, no daily allowance will be paid. But in case of more than 2 days hospitalization, a daily allowance will be paid to customer or to the insured. Third benefit is dental treatment. This dental treatment is one of the rarest of the rare coverage, because normally the general insurance companies are not providing this dental treatment coverage in their overseas medical plan. Reason being, this is very controversial. No hard and fast things are available for this. In any case, it can happen anywhere, it can happen anytime, it can happen depending upon the age factor. So normally the companies are excluding this dental treatment, but we are covering it. And we say we will pay medical expenses incurred by the insured in connection with treatment for any injury or illness to his or her natural teeth or teeth, means set of teeth, during the trip subject to maximum sum insured as per plan. Means as maximum sum insured as per plan means the financial limit is given. To that extent, insurance company will reimburse the treatment cost of the dental. So this is the third benefit. Fourth one is total loss of checked in baggage. When the person is going abroad, obviously he has to go by air, except few surrounding countries like Nepal, Sri Lanka, etc. So the checked in baggage is always there when we are traveling by air. And if it is lost, that would be very curious listage. So if it is lost, in that case the company will cover the compensation for permanent loss of checked in baggage based on the market value of the contents as on the expected arrival date. Means checked in baggage is one thing which is always under the lock and key. So other than the person who is carrying the baggage, nobody knows what was in the baggage. So in such a case, he has to prove that what was there in the checked in baggage, and based on its market value, the company will reimburse. Fifth benefit is delay of checked in baggage. Sometimes some people like the celebrities, the stars, the singers, the performers, even the corporates who are going to attend the workshop or meetings or to deliver the lectures, they have to reach in time and attend the program immediately. If they are not getting their checked in baggage in time, so their entire performance or the function is spoiled. So in such a case, if the delay is beyond the permitted limit, which I will show you just now, in that case, company will pay a fixed sum in case the customer encounters a delay in receipt of his or her checked in baggage beyond the specified period. Because the entire event, entire visit, the purpose of entire visit could be defeated at times. And sometimes it is very crucial when you are visiting for 1 day or 2 days only, and if the delay is more than that period. The next benefit is loss of part. So in abroad, your one and only identity is passport. And passport is one document whereby other subsequent documents are issued, like visa, etc. So if the passport is lost, person comes in difficulty, in trouble. We as an insurer do not provide anything if the loss of passport is there. What we will do? The passport, duplicate passport has to be arranged by the insured. Cost have to be incurred by the insured. And if there any problem was there due to passport, that has to be paid by the insured. What we will do, we will cover the expenses incurred in obtaining duplicate passport. That means we are not providing the duplicate passport. We are not arranging the passport for the insured. We will only cover the expenses incurred in obtaining duplicate passport. That is the coverage. Next is personal liability. This is important in the sense, in abroad, if there is any personal liability, where the insured is legally liable to a third party under statutory liability for an incident which results in accidental death, injury, or damage to the health of such third party, or damage to his or her properties. This is a personal liability. If the insured is facing any of such situation where he is legally liable as per the law of that land, law of that country, where this situation arises which has resulted into the accidental death or injury or damage to the health of the third party or damage to his property, there the personal liability will be paid and compensated by the insurance company under this policy under benefit number 7, that is personal liability. So this is very important. If I am going abroad or because of my any action, if somebody has suffered physical injury or loss to his property, he will file a suit on me. They will collect the compensation from me. And as per their law, if court has ordered any award, any liability, that liability will be honored by my insurance company if I have taken this policy. So this is a wonderful benefit provided under the policy. Next one is personal accident. If a person is suffering accident in foreign country and because of that accident he suffers death or total or partial or permanent disability during the period of insurance, who is going to support him abroad? There is no system to provide any financial compensation. There is no system to provide any loan by the financial institutions in case of accidents. So the only support available there is this overseas travel plan. Under this, the personal accident section is covered. If the insured has suffered any accident and because of that accident he has suffered death or total permanent disability or partial permanent disability, in that case he will be compensated as per the provisions of the policy and financial limit given under the policy. So as usual, PA benefits will be paid. Next benefit is hijack distress allowance. Now what is this hijack distress allowance? You must have heard sometimes the planes are hijacked. Now if a plane is hijacked, there is no distress to a single person. It's a common carrier. Everybody whosoever is in the plane, he will be under distress. Because planes are normally hijacked with some criminal motive. And that criminal motive is solved or not solved. In the meantime, those terrorists or those people who has hijacked the plane must be creating trouble to the passengers or occupants of that plane. they are undergoing the distress. Maybe very severe distress is there because they are normally in cases of hijacks. Everything is done on the gunpoint, at the revolver point, or weapons are always there with the hijackers. So distress is obvious. In such a case, company shall pay to the insured compensation in the event of hijack of a common carrier in which the insured is travelling on a trip abroad, and this hijack distress allowance will be as per the financial limit given under this policy. So, this is for those typical or crucial or rare incidents which are normally happening with a criminal objective. This is hijack distress allowance. 10th benefit is financial emergency assistance. If you want some money in foreign, where you may not be knowing anyone, who is coming for your support? And suppose this emergency has arises due to the theft, the mugging, the robbery, the dacoity of your funds. In that case, who is going to support you? It becomes multiple times difficult in abroad to secure financial help under such circumstances when some theft has occurred, mugging has occurred, robbery or dacoity has occurred, and your funds are robbed, stolen, snatched away from you. So the situation is difficult, but you have to face. No alternate is there. If the fund is gone due to these reasons, the overseas travel plan will compensate you. Benefit 11 is trip cancellation and interruption. If I have planned a trip to, say, England, it would be my dream trip. If by any unfortunate reason the trip is cancelled, how disappointed I will. Secondly, whoever is going with me, they may not agree to return. But the trip cancellation or interruption is unavoidable. Unavoidable because at times certain unexpected things happen, like earthquake, storm, flood, terrorism. These kind of things cannot be controlled by me. So in such a situation, if my trip is cancelled or interrupted, I am going to suffer financial loss out of the cancellation of the trip. So this financial loss will be compensated or indemnified by the insurance company under the overseas travel plan. But mind one thing, the cancellation or interruption must be by genuine reason like earthquake, storm, terrorism, or other reasons which are mentioned under the policy. Benefit 12, missed flight connection. Sometimes we are traveling to such a country where the direct flight is not there. So we have to connect the flights. And by any reason, if the connected flight is missed, our journey cannot complete. And this can happen because all these things are not in our hands. Even Ministry of Aviation cannot control all these things. And here when the connected flights are concerned, Ministry of Aviation of many countries could be involved. So in such situations, when the failure of the insured to access the connected flight is there, arising out of the consequent upon delayed arrival of the earlier flight, the company will pay for it. Sometimes the flights are missed because my flight has reached late. So that scheduled flight has already gone. Or sometimes my flight has reached in time, but that connecting flight is cancelled. or it may not be allowed by any reason. So the connecting flight is not operative. In that case, a fixed amount will be paid under this overseas travel plan by the company. Benefit 13 is trip delay. Trip could be delayed by number of reasons, and it normally happens. It's a routine feature everywhere, across the world. So the departure of the insured gets delayed at the place of origin or intermediary port, arising out of the earthquake, flood, terrorism, etc. In that case, a specified sum will be paid. Here you have to keep in mind one thing. Since this policy is for the Indian residents or those foreign nationals who are filing ITR here or working here with any multinational company. So for them, the place of origin is India, any city or any airport of India. Therefrom the flight is start. So the departure of the insured gets delayed at the place of origin or intermediary port, arising out of earthquake, flood and terrorism. In that case, the company will pay the compensation. This word used here is intermediary port. It means not under all the circumstances the person is going by air only. Maybe going by sea route also sometimes. So that risk is also there. Benefit 14, gold for in one. This is a typical coverage. This is not in all three plans. This is only in the one plan, that is travel elite, the third category. Because golf is a game or a sport. The people of elite club who are members of United Golfers Association, if they are playing in any recognized golf course where they lose the money and not achieving a hole-in-one during the trip, in that case, company will pay $500 maximum. So first thing is, this is not in all three plans. This is only in elite plan, first of all. So this risk is unique in nature because this one plan is only covering. Secondly, the financial limit is US dollar 500, and that too in case of the failure on achieving a hole-in-one during the trip. These are called celebration expenses. This is benefit 14. Benefit 15 is bail bond insurance. This bail bond insurance works wonderfully well. Because if a person who is arrested in other country by violating the law of that country, he will be behind bar, and the bail will be given by depositing the security amount. It is difficult to get some person who is giving him the security in terms of finance. There, the security is not provided, financial security is not provided as a bail bond, then he will continue behind the bar. So this plan will give a great relief if this is also providing a bail bond of US dollar 500 for release of the insured if he is arrested for any inadvertent violation in the country of travel. So the maximum limit is US dollar 500. You know, in other countries, even for such a small thing, they can take you into the custody Say suppose in Singapore, if you are spitting on the road, थूकना भी वहाँ जुर्म है public place में, because they keep their country very neat and clean. So you can be taken into the custody, and they will release you only after self-depositing the security. And perhaps this may be possible, you may not be knowing anybody there who is giving you the financial security, because the security has to be given by somebody else. Punishment, financial punishment is one thing. Bail is something. That is different. The company will reimburse towards the bail amount for release of the insured if he is arrested for any inadvertent violation of law in the country of travel subject to a maximum of $5. The last benefit is trip curtailment. Now see, trip curtailment happens only because of the most unfortunate events. Most unfortunate events, because nobody will prefer to curtail the trip unless there is an emergency, unless there is something serious, unless there is an unavoidable circumstance. Because who want to come early if the plan is scheduled for, say, suppose 180 days or 120 days. So to curtail the trip means there is an emergency, there is an unavoidable circumstance like accidental death, serious injury, sudden sickness, to self or to the spouse or to the child, or the hijack of an aircraft. So these are all not under control. Trip has to be curtailed. This happens when you have already gone on the trip, when you have already reached to the place of destination. And there if you hear, if this is given to your knowledge, that somebody in your family is sick, or some death has taken place, or some injury has taken place, some accidental death is there, or the plane is hijacked. Under such a situation, you have to curtail it. And the company will indemnify the insured for loss of the personal accommodation, charges paid, or contracted to be paid by the insured following the necessary and unavoidable curtailment. So these are the 16 benefits covered in all three plans. Out of that, only one golfer in one is not in our earlier two plans. The total 16 benefits are there. Now these are the 16 benefits. I show you the chart. And unless I show you this chart in full page, you won't be able to understand. So let us see what this plan is. So first category, that is medical expenses covered. That is the core benefit. This has the difference in the financial limits. What is the difference? Our first plan, that is Sri Travel, which is the lowest plan. This will provide the coverage of $50,000 only. Cover can be given, policy can be given to a person who is 90 days or maximum 55 years of age. What if the travel plan is taken by a person, for him the medical expenses coverage under the policy would be $50,000, which is higher in Sri Travel Plus to $1 lakh, and in Travel Elite $2 lakh. So medical expenses differs. Cashless hospitalization is provided worldwide. Repatriation of remains in case of accidental death, and the dead body is to be brought in to India. So there the cash limit is Sea Travel $1,000, Sea Travel Plus $1,500, and in Travel Elite $2,000. But most of the benefits are common, and the financial limit is also common. Say for example, dental treatment, total loss of checked-in baggage, delay of checked-in baggage. The amount of compensation is also similar on the same limits. And finally, what you have to see is the travel delay. Say suppose this is here goal for all in one, and travel plus it is not covered, or in travel it is not covered. But in travel elite this is covered up to $500. Travel Sri Travel Plan also not covering few more benefits like trip cancellation, bail bond insurance, trip curtailment. So few benefits are not covered in the Sri Travel. But all these benefits are covered in Sri Travel Elite. On every claim, there is a compulsory deductible of $100. And the time limits are provided. 24 hours in case of trip delay, or delay of more than 12 hours in case of checked in baggage. So this is the chart given with the policy, which provides the detailed coverage. Everything can be seen. Everything is mentioned in writing. So there is no confusion at all. Now coming to the premium. So how the premium will be charged? Let's see. To charge the premium, three basic factors are there. These factors are age, days of travel, and country of visit. So premium will depend upon these three factors: age, days of travel, and country of visit. Now the age factor, how it will work? Suppose the person going is 40 years 7 months. So that will be rounded off and will be treated as 41 years. But so suppose the age is 40 years and 4 months or 5 months. In that case, only 40 years would be treated. So this will be rounding off of the age factor. Number of days, this is again important. Because initially this policy will be issued for a maximum of 180 days. Initially this policy cannot be issued for more than 180 days. But there is a provision for providing the extension of number of days with certain conditions. What these conditions are? These conditions are important. The first one is original policy period has not expired. Means I am going to abroad with an overseas travel plan of 100 days only. My policy has not expired. I want to extend it for further 50 days. I can do it. But before expiry of my policy, I have to request the insurance company to extend it for 50 days. Secondly, there is no claim on the original policy. If there is any claim under all the 16 benefit categories, in that case the policy cannot be extended. Third, declaration of good health means the person is in good health. This is only to fill up the proposal. Extension can generally be offered or affected only once in the policy. Means in one policy only one extension can be given, and that extension will not exceed 180 days. If the policy is taken initially for 180 days, an extension can also be taken for further 180 days. That means total extension including original period should not exceed 360 days. But it is not 180 in every case. If the policy is taken for 150 days, extension is required for 100 days only, that is possible. If the policy is taken for 50 days only, but if the extension required is for 180 days, that is also possible. That means this extension cannot exceed 360 days, including both periods, initial period as well as extension period. So the extension premium has to be paid before actual extension is effective. So in clear-cut terms, the policy can be extended for 180 days maximum. Policy initially issued for 180 days maximum. Extension is possible on certain conditions. The condition is there is no claim, original policy has not expired, declaration of good health is there, extension request is made before expiry of the policy, and the premium is paid. There is no claim, this condition is also there. The total days, 360 days will be. Country opposite. Yes. This overseas travel plan differs company to company. Point number one. Limits are decided by the companies. These are not common to all the general insurance companies. This is not a standardized product. All the travel plans are applicable as per the company because these are their own plan. Say for example, business protector policy is our own policy, shopkeeper policy is our own policy. They are not common to all companies. So the company specific products cannot be common to all. Standard products are like fire insurance, parachute with them. They are standard products. So they are uniformly applicable to all the general insurance companies. Standard products are like CPM policies. So they are common to all. So these are company specific products. Premium, country of visit. Earlier our plan was for US and Canada. Now we provide worldwide, including Australia, Japan, US and Canada. So the country of visit has been divided into two groups, including Australia, Japan, US and Canada, that means worldwide. Excluding Australia, Japan and USA, Canada, it means except these four countries, anywhere you can go. So these are two plans from the point of view where you want to go. And two groups are there. Claim process is very simple. For any medical emergency in abroad, please call toll-free number which is mentioned in the policy schedule. Policy can be issued or developed online or otherwise by individual or financial advisor can also issue. And this is the link whereby this can be issued. Special notes, all branches can issue policies at their end through Nova for traveller having age less than 55 years. So this is not the case that the policy will be issued from the support officer. Secondly, key features of the revamped product includes comprehensive medical coverage, like trip cancellation protection, 24/7 emergency assistance worldwide. And this is the relaunch of our overseas travel insurance product with enhanced coverage and benefits. You may be knowing during the Corona period we were not selling this policy because that time this was under the modification under the improvised states, and once we got the approval for including Australia and Japan also, then we relaunched this product. Unique product features includes hijack distress allowance, bail-bond insurance covers. They are both benefits covered under the policy. Online facility for policy issuance is there. Travel days are grouped rather than to calculate on day by day. Means suppose one person wants the policy for 160 days, can be given. But the premium will not be calculated on daily basis. Group basis is there, how it is actually. No medical test is required till the age of 55 years. Only two group in terms of visit of country are there. In other insurers, product for more than 3 groups may be there. So we are not comparing with others. In our policy, only 2 groups are there. That is including Australia, Japan, US and Canada, and excluding. This is our escalation matrix if you need in any case of emergency. And this is again the chart. But this is the basis how the premium will be calculated. This is the grouping on the basis of days. Plan excluding USA, Canada, Australia and Japan. This is including USA, Canada, Australia and Japan. 3 plans are there. Shri Travel Plus or Travel Elite. Days of travel are grouped like this: 1 to 4 days, 5 to 7 days, 8 to 14 days, 61 to 75 days, 120 to 150 days, 150 to 180 days. This is the premium. This is inclusive of GST. This is including GST mentioned here. Including GST, the premium is given there. So there is no need to work out the premium. This is for one single person. Person has to clear everything in the proper form. Where he is going, for how many days he is going, which plan he wants. So when these 3 things are clear, premium can be picked from this chart. Age factor is there. 91 to 45 days, maximum 55. Table is according to the date. This is 91 to 45 days. And this is 41 year to 55 days. Don't get confused by first chart only. First chart is showing the premium for age 91 days to 40 years old. Secondly, this chart is showing 41 year to 55 years. Obviously, here the premium is higher. Otherwise, the same thing is there. Days are grouped. 2 group are there. 3 plans are there. Premium is inclusive of GST. So there is no confusion. So by this session, you must have understood, we are providing overseas travel insurance to everyone, every Indian citizen, except the foreign nationals. Foreign nationals can also be given the coverage, provided they are working in India with any Indian employer or multinational company, getting their salary in Indian national rupees, filing their ITR in India, or domicile in India, they can be given. Person going to abroad for any purpose, purpose is not restricted by us. It may be a holiday, it may be study purpose, business purpose, official purpose, for whatever purpose he is going. The policy can be given for any Indian residents. Choice is given, multiple choices are given. 3 plans are there. 3 plans are having the different medical expenses limits. 3 plans are having certain benefit limits restricted, like in Shri Travel. And the Shri Elite also includes the welfare section. So the benefits are 16, which are very good number as compared to the other products of the other companies. Because I have seen the policies of other companies also. There you will hardly find 10 benefits or 12 benefits. So as far as the benefits are concerned, our policy is very competitive in the market because certain things are not provided generally, like the dental treatment is not provided by normal insurance companies. And other benefits like this hazard discharge allowance, well-born insurance cover. These are very important coverages in abroad, especially when the person is not having any kind of security or the relationship or the circle or the people of awareness who can come forward for his rescue or operations or support, financial support. So these unique features works very well. Policy can be issued online and the premium will be calculated on the group basis. Now if you have any questions, you can ask. I have the draft paper of it, but I am not taking because this is the first session of this product. So whenever we will take the next session of this product, we will take the test. So this is for your understanding only, because in first session you can understand the product very well. You can learn it very well. If you have any doubts, you can ask me right now.